So this kid, like most kids, are struggling to fit in and they want to look better. And he found the easy way, the shortcut. Only this shortcut can shorten his life. Coach Greg, and welcome to another Q&A where I'm going to ask some of the most popular questions that have come across to me, okay? These are questions that have been asked more than one time, so obviously a lot of you want to hear these answers. Okay, so this was a really popular one, and I'm not surprised, and it has to do with the 14-year-old on Tren. A lot of people watch Derek's video and they want me to do the same video saying, what do I think about it? So rather than do an entire video, I'm just gonna touch on this in a Q&A, okay? It is not shocking at all for me to find this out. Not at all. There are literally thousands of kids doing this. They're just not all stupid enough to post it on social media. So you're thinking, wow, I can't believe this is happening, when in fact, it's happening all the time. But listen, some people want to be popular, they want to be famous, they want to fit in. You know, some people will literally do bad things on purpose just to get attention. So this kid, like most kids, are struggling to fit in and they want to look better. And he found the easy way, the shortcut. Only this shortcut can shorten his life. So is it a good decision? I think every single human being knows this is stupid, but doesn't mean people aren't doing it. So if this kid or other kids aren't being told by their parents, you can't take this, you can't do this, and certainly don't talk about it on social media, what's to stop them? The kids need to have a positive role model in their life to tell them what's right and what's wrong. Normally it's parents, but not everyone has the best parents with the best intentions, unfortunately. So I wish this kid the best. I hope he can come off the drugs as soon as possible, as the longer he goes on it, the worse the damage is going to be. With anything, the more you do and for the longer that you do it, the worse that it's going to be for your health. And you might be thinking, well, yeah, that's Tren. We know he shouldn't be taking that. But listen, it's any drug. Unless this kid is being told to do so by a doctor, he shouldn't be taking anything at all. Should body fat be assessed at rest or after a pump at the gym? Well, it really doesn't matter, but it would make it easier if it was first thing in the morning without eating on an empty stomach in good lighting and showing off your physique to the best of your ability. If somebody shows a picture of themselves pumped up and ripped at the gym and doesn't say that they're pumped, it can skew the results. But if you already know they have a pump, you take that into consideration, so it really shouldn't affect the results. However, if you're comparing a person who's pumped up at the gym versus cold before working out, they're not only going to look smaller before, they're likely going to look fatter. So be sure to indicate if you have a pump or not. But if you're using inferior forms of body fat measurement like a DEXA scan or skin fold caliper method and not my laser eyes, then it's not really going to matter. It's not going to make a big difference either way. What are the do's and don'ts of cheat meals during prep? Okay, this is really simple. If you're needing cheat meals, it means you're not eating enough. Okay, so if you actually need a cheat meal, it's because your calories are too low. So when I'm coaching people for prep, I typically don't have them have any cheat meals unless I underestimated the calories that the person needs. Okay, so if I make the mistake, because let's face it, I can't know exactly how many calories somebody needs to eat. So if I give the person a diet that's too low in calories and they don't have energy or they're losing fat too quickly, not only should I be giving them a cheat meal, I need to redo their diet plan. I need to bump up their calories so they don't need cheats. So if you're on the perfect diet, you actually don't need cheats. So the proper do's and don'ts on a child in regards to cheat meals is you shouldn't need them if your calories are in check. If your calories are too low, you're going to need a cheat meal to make up for a diet that's lacking in calories. So ask yourself, if you're weak in energy, starving, losing weight too quickly, don't just do a bunch of cheats. Up the calories every day so that you don't need the cheats. Here's a great question. Is it better to create a deficit through calorie decrease or cardio increase? And the answer is it depends on the individual. So literally when I'm coaching someone and they're not losing weight anymore, say it's been 3 weeks and they're kind of stuck at that sticking point, they just can't lose any weight, I know something needs to change. If you've gone 3 weeks without getting more ripped or losing any fat, you're at maintenance calories. Calories in and out are at balance. You need to change that. So I give the person a choice. Would you rather eat less or move more? And they almost always give an answer. Sometimes they'll say, I'm eating as little calories as possible right now. I'd rather do more cardio. Other times they'll say, I don't have time for more cardio. Just give me less food. So depending on what the person wants is what you should do. Should I take pre-workout every time before the gym or only when I need the energy? I mean, another great question. And the answer is, it depends again. For me, it's every time I go to the gym, I want to take a pre-workout because it gives me more energy than last time. Even if I have energy to train, I want more. I want more energy. But listen, if you don't need it and you feel you can go to the gym and have a great workout without it, don't take it. But if you feel you need it, then why not take it, okay? It's kind of like going to a bar and drinking alcohol. If you can go out to the bar and have a good time sober, then don't drink any alcohol. But if you're not having fun and you're saying, well, should I drink? Well, drink the fewest amount of drinks that'll make you have a good time. So when taking pre-workout, take the fewest amount of pre-workout that you need to give you the energy you want for that workout. Some days I take more pre-workout than others. I always take pre-workout every single day that I train, which is pretty much 6 to 7 days a week, but some days I take more than others. I usually range from a half of a strong serving to 3/4 of a strong serving, depending on the energy I needed for that day. Is strict form with lighter weights better than heavy weights with poor mind-muscle connection? Okay, never use a heavy weight if you don't have mind-muscle connection. Don't just throw more weight on the bar. It's better to use light weight, feel the weight, know what you're doing, use good form, and gradually, slowly, over time, add more weight to the bar. It shouldn't be like, yeah, I'm gonna have a light day or a heavy day. It doesn't have to be you're benching 200 pounds or 300 pounds. It can be I bench 200 pounds and then I'm benching 205 pounds. You get used to it. Progressive overload. Train harder than last time. It's not light weights, high reps, or super heavy weights, low reps. You can use somewhere in the middle. So the answer is somewhere in the middle. Don't lift 20 pounds for 100 reps or 100 pounds for 1 rep. Do something in the middle that makes sense. Fantastic question. And the reason there's so many good questions is because these were asked so many times. So many people want to know this. So rather than just taking one question and answering, these are questions so many people have had. Another great one. Will cutting as a teen mess up newbie gains? The answer is it depends again. If you're cutting too far, yes, absolutely it will mess with newbie gains. So if you're a teenager and you're overweight and you want to lose that weight, and trust me, I've seen this as a school teacher before. Kids losing 30 pounds in a month that joins the gym, they lift weights and they lose 30 pounds in a month. I'm like, that's too much weight. They don't have energy. I'm also coaching the kid and I'm like, you're not running as fast as you used to. What's wrong? He's like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm only eating once a day. And I'm like, no, you have to eat more. So if you cut, do so slowly. It doesn't matter if you're a teenager, an adult, or frankly, if you're 90 years old. Lose the weight slower than last time. Seen a lot of recommendations, 0.5% to 1.5% of your body weight a week. Frankly, even lower than this is great. A 0.1% is fantastic. So if you're 200 pounds, you don't need to lose 1 to 3 or more of those pounds a week. You could technically be losing 0.1 or 0.2 pounds a week, and that's great. And so the smaller a deficit you're in, the less likely it's going to affect your gains. So if you want to make gains while cutting, lose the weight slower than last time. Instead of thinking I'm going to lose all this weight in 1 to 3 months, think, I'm going to lose all this weight in 6 months to a year. That way, during the entire course of the year, you can build muscle while losing fat at the same time. And trust me, you can build muscle in a deficit. Just make sure the deficit is not too great. In terms of a calorie deficit, 1 to 500 calories a day deficit, it's going to be enough to cause weight loss. You don't need more than less, unless it's a race, unless it's a rush. But Why are we racing and why are we rushing to lose weight? Doesn't make sense. The slower you lose weight, the more likely you are to keep it off, the less binges you're going to have, and the healthier you're going to feel. So lose the weight slower than last time. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IFBB Pro. Blooping up 2 videos. We'll be sure to answer more questions in the future. And follow me on TikTok, Instagram. Buy my freaking cookbook. Buy my clothing. Just buy stuff. Make me richer than last time. And until next time, I'm out.